we got into the elevator. We're gonna go up. We're inside the rock. Oh, got the floors over here on the right. Look at the city being built here. This is pretty cool. Here's Poppy. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tigner Adventures and welcome to New Jersey. So, yeah, we're back in New Jersey. We're actually camping about an hour from here in Pennsylvania at 1,000 Trails, but we've driven into this Mount Arlington train station. This is the New Jersey Transit, and we're going to take this into Penn Station, downtown New York City.
Woohoo!
So today is a New York City adventure.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be an adventure.
The cost for this is $17.40 for a senior discount round ticket. So can't beat that. And it will take about an hour and a half to get into New York City from here. So anyway, pretty nice. And we're gonna enjoy that and take you guys along with us. Well, we left Mount Arlington and we are now at Dover. So we got to change trains partway through. The conductor was very nice. She scanned our ticket and says, get off at the next stop. So this is the Dover stop. So we got to switch trains. And interesting enough, 2 years ago, if you look at this video, we actually came to this stop. We stayed in New Jersey, drove to this stop, and took this into New York City. So we've been at this stop before. It has kind of limited parking, and so that's why I chose the Mount Vernon. But the difference is Mount Vernon, you have to switch trains at some point. So it's got to transfer on that train. So that's what we're doing now, is we're going to transfer. So to be able to buy your tickets, you need to buy them using their app. So you just select the app, then you select where you're going to be going from and where you're going to, and it gives you all these different times that the train is leaving. So you just pick which one you want and say buy your ticket. Tickets are good for 2 hours, so you don't have to be exact, but that's how easy it is. We have arrived in Penn Station. So we've gone upstairs to one level. That's the subway now. And we're going to go to the One World Observatory. We were here 2 years ago, and we did a whole bunch of different things and everything. So we're doing things a little different this time. We didn't go to the observatory last time, but we're going to go ahead and do that this time. And it's like $44 each to go up. It's the tallest observatory. And looking at Google Maps, which seems to be the best way for getting around the subway, it says we got to take the one train downtown. So we'll see how many times we get lost. We've exited the subway and gone up to street level. So far everything's good. We are at the World Trade Center. This is the 9/11 memorial that's behind us. We showed that in our last video. So we are walking by these because we are headed to the One World Observatory building, which is right there. And we've got to enter around this side over on this one side of the building where you see all these school buses. That's a good indication right there, right? They do have different versions of ticket prices. So we paid for the $44 ticket. So that's the elevator going up, at least we hope it is, because I don't want to walk. And I don't think Ninette could make it with her plantar fasciitis. So anyway, they do have add-ons, like you can do $54 and you get some more stuff, and on and on and on. So you can spend whatever. Oh, and they give you, with that $54, I think they give you $5 for a drink. So anyway, we got our own drink. Not much lines today. We showed our tickets, and then we had to go through the security line right here. I almost think it was worse than the airport, but it's better to be safe and everything. So look at this cool world right here, depiction they have. So this is pretty cool. We're looking to see what it's all about. All right, entering the hallway. Lots of pictures. It's cool as you are coming in here. They have a lot of things you can look at on the side of the room here. Like the bedrock around here is 50 million years ago it was formed, you know, all the kinds of things about this whole area in New York City. So we got into the elevator. We're gonna go up. We're inside the rock. Oh, got the floors over here on the right. Look at the city being built here. This is pretty cool. Here's Poppy. Wow, we're up to 1980s, 1990, 2000. Oh.
Coming to the top. We're building this boat.
Yep.
Welcome to One World Observatory.
102 floors. One of the options is to rent a $20 virtual tour guide. It's an iPad. Tells you everything. Guess you can point it to where you want to go, but we have our phones, so. Okay, we are looking towards Brooklyn right now, way out there. It's kind of hazy today, but it is what it is. It's going to be a pretty warm day today too. So, gotta take the good with the bad. We've been freezing, so it'll be nice to be a little bit warm, especially for our next adventure that we're going to do, and we'll come to that in a minute, but you'll understand. This is a great view of the bridges. The tour guides call these the BMW, the Brooklyn Bridge there on the right, the Madison Bridge, or I keep calling it Madison, it's Manhattan Bridge, and then the Williamsburg just back there a little bit further. So BMW, and that is Brooklyn over there. Now we're looking straight down at the street. So we are up here a little ways. Look, right down there is the Staten Ferry. So we took that over to Staten Island last time 2 years ago. It's free, and you can get a pretty decent view of the Statue of Liberty. How about this view of the Statue of Liberty? And then just to the right of it there is Ellis Island. To the very tip of the tower of the building is 1,776 feet tall. So we were on floor 102, that was 1,281 feet high, and now we're on floor 100, which is 1,254 feet above the city. And look at here, we're looking down from the 100th floor out over Manhattan. You can see that cool skyline. See the Empire State Building out there. Even though it is hazy today, we still do have a pretty good view out there. I don't know how many miles that is, but we can see a ways out there. So many people down there, so many buildings, so many businesses. A lot that's been crammed on this little island. So this is Jersey City, and if we look out there far enough, we can see the train that we used to come into Penn Station. But that is Jersey over there. We're headed back down.
Guess that's what it's like on a clear day.
getting motion sickness just going down the elevator. Whoa. Whoa.
Thank you for visiting One World Observatory.
Oh, we were up at the top.
Yeah, we went all the way up to there. Can't even hardly see it.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. You can feel when the doors open because there's nice cold air blowing out here. So it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
a
warm
hot
out here.
day today.
Yeah. So we have now can say that
Been at
we've
the
been
top
up
of
to
the
the
world.
top of the world. At least the tallest observatory here in New York City. So that was pretty fun.
That was pretty fun.
And you know, we came at the best time too. Even though there's a lot of school children here, we really didn't see hardly at all any children up there. It was pretty quiet and there wasn't much of a line. And we came here before noon. So today just happened to be a perfect day. The visibility, I don't know how good the visibility is in general all the time. It wasn't the greatest today. But you know, you still got to see all the different things that you kind of wanted to see. We couldn't see Pennsylvania, couldn't see our RV, but you know. But other than that, hey, we did it all. Hey, now we are going to make a little trip over to the ferry. So we're going to the Wall Street Ferry.
Is it Wall Street Ferry?
Yeah, it's Pier 11. That's all I know.
Okay.
We got to work our way through the subway to Pier 11. Well, we are at Pier 11, and we are getting on a ferry going up the canal. So we're going to be going under the BMWs, the three bridges I mentioned earlier. This is a different experience. So this is a commuter ferry. It's $4.50 for a ticket. So each of us paid $4.50, and it's going to go.
The line went
up.
pretty fast.
Yeah, a lot of people, but a lot of them were going to Rockaway. Rockaway is beach is a different ferry out of the same pier, and you know, it's a fun one too because you get to see Coney Island and everything. And so, but we're going to take this one first because this one is going under the Brooklyn, Manhattan, and what was that W? I have to look that back up again. Here is the Brooklyn Bridge though. This is looking at the Brooklyn Bridge from underneath. You can see people walking up there. We're thinking we might walk on the Brooklyn Bridge, but we have to figure out where you get on at because it's way down that way somewhere. But here is the Brooklyn Bridge from underneath the bottom. Pretty cool. And then right over here is the Manhattan Bridge. This is a pretty interesting looking one too. Not sure what the colors on there are for, but big
There's a
bridges.
carousel over there. The indoor carousel.
Yeah, there's an indoor carousel back there. Right across there. So this is the Manhattan Bridge. Wow, listen to all the cars driving across it. Look at this view of the New York City skyline. What a view. That looks really great. We're looking at Brooklyn over here. And look, here is the Williamsburg Bridge. So this is the last of the three bridges, the BMWs. Interesting. You don't hear much about the Williamsburg Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge by far is the most popular, I think, as far as tourists are concerned. Well, you can hear all the cars going across this one too. Can you hear those cars? I don't know if you can hear those cars. We are just riding the ferry up the river.
In the cool.
Yeah, it's nice and air conditioned in here.
What, 90 something today?
Yeah, we were up on top, and we'll probably go back up there and take some more
92
pictures.
in
But
New York today.
we're at Ferry
94.
Park now, so we're all the
Holy
way
cow.
north as far as this ferry line goes. And well, no, we got one more stop. We're going to get off at that next stop. We bought another ticket, so we'll activate that ticket and get back onto the ferry. We're going to take it down to 34th. This is getting complicated because then we're going to do a transfer over to another one that goes over to the Brooklyn Bridge, over to Dumbo. And at that point, we'll be able to walk up onto the bridge, onto the walkway, to see the really cool skyline view from the Brooklyn Bridge. So
94 today in New York.
this is the Hellgate Bridge, and directly opposite of that, or we're just going under it right now, is the Robert F. Kennedy Bridge. We're on the East River right now. So we got off on the ferry stop called Dumbo, which is in Brooklyn here.
We are in
And you can see the Brooklyn Bridge right there. We are working our way to, I guess, some stairs or something where we can get up on the bridge and start walking back towards Manhattan. So
Take a left on Prospect Street.
oh, see, we got to take a left up here. Well, we're getting our workout. We are up onto the Brooklyn Bridge walkway.
Found it.
Yep, found it. So now we just have to see how long it's going to take. It's about a mile across. So look,
On the
look
hottest
at,
day of the
yeah, of course. Look at that skyline right there. Look at that building right in front of us. That's where we started this morning. Way up there on the, how high? 102nd floor of that overviewer tower, observatory. See, I'm already dying. It's hot. Look at my watch. It's 94 degrees. They actually have a heat advisory out today. It's pretty windy out on that water. It's pretty windy up here. I'm really surprised that it's not a little clearer of a day, but look at that skyline. We're going to have this view all the way across the bridge. We're alive!
We made it.
Ninette made it across the Brooklyn Bridge.
So did David.
Yeah. Hey, we're at Sarge's Deli, and we've got a pastrami sandwich on rye with some coleslaw, some pickles. So we are checking this place out. It came suggested by another YouTuber that gave us a lot of good information for getting around New York City. So I'm going to put his information here. But anyway, his YouTube channel, I'll put it here so you guys can check out how to get around the subway as easy as we have. We've been, surprisingly, we have not got lost. That is not normal.
Yes.
No, true, we still got to go back. But we're going to go ahead and end this video right here. Thanks for coming along with us. If we don't see you down the road somewhere, hopefully we'll see you on our next video. So you guys take care. Bye. Well, we missed our train. Now we got to wait till 9 o'clock before we can catch the next train. So we have a 2-hour wait to find a train because the one that we missed by 10 minutes. So anyway, we're stuck in New York. The subways are packed, just trying to get down to the station because we're right across from Madison Square Garden, and apparently they have a game tonight. So the place is just booming with people.
So we come back up on the street and found McDonald's, our saving grace.
So we've been kind of sitting here waiting.
Yeah.
Tansy is not going to be happy.
We won't be home till midnight.
We had our nice little dinner, and then we didn't realize there was an issue with our train, that the one I was planning on taking actually skips our station out by Pennsylvania. So they said, well, just take the one before and have someone drive you to your station. It's like, it's not that easy. We don't know anybody. So anyway, we are wandering around New York trying to get back to our car. One of the reasons we missed the train and everything is because my phone went dead. So we did find this cool thing. You could rent a battery pack for $8. This was a lifesaver because our tickets are on our phone. Hey everyone. Well, it's 11:15 at night. We now got dropped off by our one train, and because it was 45 minutes late getting going, we missed our transfer, and the next transfer now is not till 11:35. So we are
all alone.
Yep, we are waiting here for that train to show up, and apparently we're the only ones that decided they need to go to that next extra stop because it's only one more stop.
Jeez.
So
One
anyway, yeah.
stop.
So it'll be about 2 minutes on the train, and then we'll be getting off.
And
Then we have an hour drive. It's only like 30 minutes, so maybe, 30 miles, so maybe it'll go faster because,
well, hopefully we won't hit a deer or anything.
yeah, because
Or
it's
some wood.
dark out. Anyway, more to come. We made it home, and it is only, what time is it? My watch isn't coming on.
It died.
No, it's
Almost 1
12:50.
o'clock.
Almost 1 o'clock. So how many hours did it take us today? We left it just after about 7:30 this
7:30.
morning. Whew, that has been a long day.
Longest day ever.
That we've probably had since we've been full time. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, it was
Tansy is not happy when we come home late.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
we're done. We made it home safe.
Barely.